Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Door in the Basement, a faux PS1 style horror game in which we enter the basement of our family home and discover a rusting metal door that wasn't there before. And listen, no music, no ambient track at all, save for the sound of the chains swaying in a breeze that shouldn't be there. Almost as if there's some foreboding force emanating from the door itself. Now, of course, from that premise, I can't help but be reminded of the Bernhard's door phenomenon. The idea of dreaming about a childhood home or familiar place, only there's some room or door that was never there before, yet with a feeling that it's always been there, and that somehow you just hadn't been compelled to notice it until now. And usually there's some sense of evil about it. But I suppose we won't know what's beyond until we start a new game. It's been almost 10 years since I was last down here. I would always try to avoid this basement as a kid. Ever since I found that door. The one no one else could see. Occasionally, curiosity would get the better of me, and I would peer into the basement. Sometimes the door would be gone. I hoped I would never see it again, but it always came back. And our journey begins. Okay, maybe I'm a little tense for this right now. Ben, Dad said there should only be 4 more boxes to bring up. They're marked with yellow tape. So we're doing some chores for the family, huh? I can just imagine my protests, my ardent protests at not wanting to come down here, but not being able to explain why. Now, in the past, I've criticized the overuse of the faux PS1 aesthetic in games, especially horror games. However, in a case like this, it might actually work. I mean, it's like we're descending into some old childhood fear. Undusting it like a box of old PS1 games. Oh, we move very slowly. Can we sprint? That's somewhat better, but it's still not good. What is this? A family photo? Maybe me with my sister? Claire and Ben at college, 1996. So if we're already in college then, and the last time we were down here was as a kid over 10 years ago, I wonder if this doesn't maybe actually take place in the 90s. In which case, our character wouldn't have any concept for this kind of stuff. Not even backrooms lore to go with it. Just a secret we can't tell anyone else because they just wouldn't believe us. Did you see that? Look, it's almost like the landing that the door is on, like, stretches away as we approach it. I think this is going to be a very dreamlike game. Not only for the obvious Bernhard's door influence, but also because, I mean, this whole thing just feels like a nightmare. This horrifying thing that we're powerless to get away from, but we can't articulate why. This creepy space that we feel such a sense of dread from, a sense of always having known this danger. But no one else would believe us? A repetitive task that seemingly brings us closer to that evil every time. But where actually are the rest of these boxes? I'm not seeing any other yellow tape. Oh, there's one right there. Can't interact with that valve, nor this one. Man, that goes against every video game instinct to not be able to pick up a valve sitting on a shelf. Now, where's... I had a feeling you'd be here this time. And imagine the sinking feeling when you come back down, having gotten over your fear. And there it is. Oh my god. I did not expect it to invite me in like that. Now, I can't imagine any scenario in which we don't go bolting up the stairs, but much like a dream, we're more of an observer in our own nightmare. Which is a little redundant to say, I now realize, but I'm not doing a retake. Yeah, no. No reason not to bolt up the stairs. Are you kidding me? You're hitting me with that right away. Is it maybe a mannequin? I just can't resolve detail from here. I'm like squinting. Oh my god. Well, we're in it now. Very interesting. Oh, the door itself is slammed shut as well. Oh, very interesting. How? This game still has no music at all. There's only what very few ambient sounds are around. You really want me to try and strike up a conversation? We might as well try. And they're referred to simply as A. And don't speak a word to us. I don't want to take my eyes off you, but look. It's like it goes down to like a mine. With chains swinging in the breeze. Oh no, hold shift to run, why? Why would I hold shift to run? You're not following me. And these chains have all of a sudden stopped swaying. Oh, this almost reminds me of that one video of the guy testing the flashlight in the mine. But good going telling me to run right after you had me turn my back to some mysterious figure. It's strange. It's almost like it's throwing me in really quickly and simultaneously not validating that with any kind of escalation. Oh my god. So there's more moving down here. It's really freaking me out right now that there's no reaction sounds from my character, that all of this is just happening, and there's no scare chords, no jump scare sounds, not even scary or eerie music. There's just sounds. We're just experiencing it totally devoid of emotion, which is making me feel like I'm the only one that's seeing this. It feels like weeks since I walked through that door. I'm so hungry. There's no sun down here, so I have no way of knowing exactly how long I've been trapped in this place. But I know it's been a long time. I've been looking for a way out of here since I arrived, but this place seems to go on forever. I'm going to start leaving notes behind to document my findings. If nothing else, it'll be a good way to track which areas I've been to already. And perhaps if there's anyone else down here with their sanity intact, my information might prove useful. Marcus. Okay, so despite the dreamlike nature of this, that almost grounds this in a way. Makes it seem as if someone else, some other rational mind, has in fact seen this. But going back to the Bernhard's door idea, even though this is sort of merging with backrooms in a way, it sort of makes me wonder if maybe the same door doesn't appear in other people's basements. It can't be turned by hand. Okay, there's something echoing down the halls, like some kind of machinery coming on. Oh, but it is so dark in places. Oh, you're gonna make me crawl through there? I'll press C to crouch. You know, very much taking advantage of video game expectations by having me press shift to run before in a time where I didn't have to. Okay, strike what I was saying before, there are ambient sounds now. A sound of rushing wind, which I guess would have to suggest that this comes out somewhere, right? Was that a sound of a shout from somewhere down below? Can we interact with this TV? All these old boxes and furniture and electronics? It almost seems like this is just like an extension of the basement. Like a child might dream about a house being bigger than it actually is. Hatch handle. Well, that's pretty straightforward, but I can't shake the feeling that the ground is going to open up beneath me on the way back. Can we open this door? We cannot. Let's try this. We've got to turn it ourselves by holding down E. Always do that from over here. Remember, you have to use your getting water from the fridge at night mentality. You got to stand in just such a corner where you can see all entrances and exits, which... Oh, I was going to say the entrance to this place is gone, but it's right there. Look at that shadow on the wall turning. I almost kept expecting to see something in my peripheral vision poke its head up and then go back down. If that sounded weird, it's because I tried to say peek and poke at the same time. I don't have a flashlight, but maybe we'll get one? Or maybe I should turn my brightness up, I don't know. Then again, it does help that the darks are truly dark, making me cling to those areas where there's light. Oh my god, I didn't even notice you at first. This in setup, it's very much reminding me of a game I played before, titled Where's Oswald? You're gonna make us run, aren't you? Oh, look, you've got, like, no eyes. Hello? Stay calm. Don't worry. I can't worry about it. You're known only as R, so you are different beings. Are you maybe what becomes of the people who get trapped down here? What was that sound? Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Run, 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 run! Oh, the fact that you did it while I wasn't looking in the moment that I glanced away! Run! Are you gonna slide down after me? No, you're running back, which suggests that, Okay, this game is startling me more than I would expect. No, we can't go through there. Alright, try and keep calm, try and keep calm. Don't go into any of these side rooms because we'll get cornered. Maybe we can juke. Nope, I should have taken my own advice. Okay, juke! And juke! Ow! Do I have to do something? Do I just have to go through? I don't know what I'm trying to accomplish. Maybe through there? No, maybe there was something on the wall back there that I could have used? Oh. Yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. Ow. Yeah, I can't really effectively get around you. I'm gonna have to get hit again. I'm just assuming that I have to wait for the blood to fall off my face and do something? I don't know. It looked like there was something over here that I could pull. Yes, there we go. Yep. Yeah, there's no way to actually make it past you. Oh, there's a timer on this gate. Run, 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 run. Through here and close. Are you finally gone? And you go back to a dormant patrolling state. Safe for now, but for how long? It's very much going with the design idea of trapped with something that wants to kill you and not knowing the way out. Now, if this is meant to be dream-inspired, I can certainly relate to that. That feeling of helplessness. It's almost like those dreams where you can't run very quickly. And you get that sense that, like, you've always been like this, like your legs have never worked properly. We can climb up, but I think we could examine that door. We can save at specific points. So does that mean that if we had died before now, we would have had to go all the way back to the beginning? Missing Austin Ward and Richard Brennan. We've already met in A and an R, so I think that already confirms my theory. That those who become lost here become demented products of it. Bound to drag each additional crab into the bucket as they come down. Well, let's begin our ascent. And it's better than before, at least. Oh, my God. That was really unnatural, the way you just shot out and then twisted off screen. Oh, this almost reminds me of something from, like, Outlast or something. Alright, let's have a look around. Huh. There's something there, like a lantern. I would be, with all my might, pulling at these boards, trying to reach at that. But I guess we wouldn't have any way of lighting it anyway. Yeah, there's just such a seamless transition between areas. Our own basement, a mockery of our basement, some sort of underground facility with painted walls. And whatever this is, like some kind of salt mine if the floor is anything to go by. Oh my God. Way to misdirect my attention. And it's also very much like Outlast in that you just never know which ones are going to attack you or not. C, who also seemingly does not want to talk to me. Hello there. What are you doing down here? I'm tending to the garden, of course. What garden? There's nothing there. I get the sense I've offended you. But maybe this so-called garden is the key to advancement? I can't see any light down there. And we're gonna have to earn your ire, turn our back to you while we open it. And maybe you won't like that either? There's just... My God, don't do that. Have you met him yet? Met who? The man with no face. Well, you're halfway to no face. Does that count? Who's the man with no face? I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. But you just... Don't worry about it. Now that's very dreamlike dialogue. See, I know I'm coming back to that point a lot, but it always really impresses me when media impresses dream logic, because it's something that's really, really hard to describe. And if it's anything like the Backrooms, it becomes a whole phenomenon once it is described. But until then, there's a real sense of, like, kinship with the creator, because you're like, I thought I was the only one. In this case, we have all that non sequitur dialogue. Well, I guess that's maybe the man with no face. On the one hand, it's good that we don't have to turn our back to that guy, but now we have to turn our back on where we came from. Sir, I'm finished with my Little Nightmares playthrough. You can't be making an unlicensed crossover. Well, let's just take an uncomfortably long time with this while we don't turn around. Boom! Oh, I could feel the pressure building, just like I can feel the pressure building every second I don't turn around. I'm gonna regret this because the save is like a few minutes back, but what does happen if we try to have a peek? Nothing, okay. It seemed like this would be the kind of game that would punish such hubris. Now, what are you guys gonna do on my way back? Oh, that's like a barrel on the ground. I thought you were crouching in the dark. I can't remember if all that blood was there before. Were you taken as well? Huh? And into yet another mine, with another door behind us. It's got the same, like, design, and I almost irrationally believe that somehow behind it would be my own basement. Okay, now there are ambient sounds, including the sounds of something shuffling in the shadows, immediately to my side where there couldn't be anything. Is there anything I maybe need to pick up? I mean, my... What is that? Ooh, another lantern. As if there was a tunnel over here that caved in. I could have sworn that was crunching footsteps coming up behind me. And every once in a while, these things will make a small sound when I bump them, and then an even bigger sound as if something else bumped it behind me. I keep getting freaked out by all these ambient sounds because there weren't any for so long. A school camping trip to the Green Valley Forest ended in tragedy as an animal attack claimed the lives of many of the campers. Stop playing footstep noises while I'm reading, thank you. The attack occurred while the campers were on a hike through the eastern region of the forest. Authorities were called to the scene at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. Wildlife experts are still unsure as to what kind of animal was responsible for the attack, as the campsite is located in an area free from dangerous wildlife. Now, I'm not sure if this is just meant to be some kind of dreamlike focus pivot, the kind that comes on out of nowhere but you don't question, or if it's setting up what we're going to be dealing with down here. I mean, there is the fact that we just intuitively get a sense for who these people are. Can we please take this with us, please? My guy has no common sense at all. Just because you can see now doesn't mean you'll be able to see 10 feet down the line. Wow, this is opening up considerably. Is this going to be some kind of hub? And back into here. These environments, like these places with the painted walls, are actually sort of reminding me of certain segments from Lost in Vivo. And we can turn those sputtering radios off for no other reason than our own comfort. Now, I'm not sure. I had read some say that there might be multiple endings to this, but I have no idea what would actually influence that. Anyway, I'm not sure if we should close that door behind us to keep anything from following us, or if we should leave it open to keep anything from following us on the way back. Of course we can't try the door. Of course we have to walk right on by. Once again, no idea who's going to be hostile and who won't be. Don't disturb the walls. The walls? He can't reach us here, but the man with no face has many pets. Where are we? Who is the man with no face? Don't worry about it. It's that dream logic of dissatisfaction. If you have the level of, I guess, awareness to question whether something is happening or not, to want answers, you'll never get that answer. I once had a dream that went on for like hours and hours, or at least it seemed that way. It actually turned out to be a short nap, which is another topic all in itself, where every time I would encounter people, no matter how many different locations and people the dream went through, they would always tell me, even if it was in the middle of a completely unrelated conversation, someone's looking for you. Know why? Never found out who that someone was, or why. But we do have one thing we can count on, and that's that the man with no face, the one running the show, well, he likes to reach out from these holes in the ground and in the walls. And definitely something down here with us. Oh, I feel like being in the polar bear cave at SeaWorld. Which, oddly enough, I think this is not the first time I've mentioned that on this channel. Okay, so it's going to be one of you. Alright, well, if you're humanoid and shambling, I'm actually a little bit less worried. We just have to keep ahead of you. But then again, never mind. Never mind, that was just to keep me sprinting. Okay, good play, game. You introduce what I believe to be the threat so that I'll run headlong into something much worse. But where did it go? Did it crawl straight into the hole? Does that mean that it can come out of any one of these? Okay, well, I'm really gonna be whipping around at those random ambient noises now. I'm being forced to pivot on topics so quickly, so I don't know how many of these thoughts are actually getting finished. Oh no. This is going to be one of those things where I have to find 3 collectibles and bring them back here, isn't it? Oh, I hate these segments in games. Enter the crevice. You know, I don't particularly want to, especially since I have no light source. These ambient sounds are also sudden, that's the thing. They don't sound like ambient sounds, they sound like something is there. Something that I need to worry about. And it's so sparing with them that I never get used to them. Have I moved on or have I not? I haven't. I'm thinking that maybe that area will act as a hub, and I have to enter 3 areas like this. It's actually worse that I can't actively hear it patrolling around. Oh, we can merge into parallel caves? Oh no, we can't actually. Flares from previous explorers, meaning... Stop that! Oh, we didn't even get to see its face, just the legs poking out of the darkness! You're gonna do that every time I get close. I can just feel like those legs wrapping around my face. I can almost like I can imagine it springing out. We can't sprint. We can't sprint. We can't sprint. We can't sprint. In fact, you've disappeared entirely. This game is actually doing a really good job of managing, or rather playing with my expectations for how a game works. Especially for how a horror game works. It's like I've trained myself to know when to expect something to actually be able to hurt me and when not. And it's taking full advantage of every single one of those sort of shorthands. And it's putting me in a position where once I know that I don't know what to expect, I'm just on edge 100% of the time, even when it's not doing anything. I don't even know if I saw something move just there on my way out. Okay, now we'll find out what happens when I place one of these things in the door. Insert relic. Well, nothing until we get all 3. And there's another crevice. You know, I haven't seen a save in quite a while. I'm really hoping it auto-saves in the background here. Maybe when there was a chapter change. But this is going to be real frustrating if this is a difficult segment and I have to do it all again every time. It's like some kind of like luminescent mineral or something sticking out of the walls. I don't know why I'm trying to apply science to this, but I can't help but be fascinated by it. First time we've seen what seems like daylight so close and yet so far. Yep, we're gonna have to... Yeah, we're not crawling around in there with you. Okay, I see. This is gonna be a matter of not getting close. Of spotting these spider holes in the dark. just barely see your eyes. Oh, this is going to get more and more challenging. We're not even going to see it coming when it leaps out of the wall and drags us in. But we've got to do it ourselves. Maybe it's actually averse to light. Maybe that's why it can't actually live in this tunnel. Maybe that's what we're meant to learn. Now I don't even want a chance exploring things if I have to walk through the dark to do so. I can hear it moving around in the walls. The last one's got to be around here somewhere, right? Ah, here we go. Didn't even see the hook. And now we just have to make our way back in reverse. I hope I can retrace my steps. See, the thing is, if I don't see you come out, it almost just looks like roots coming out of the wall. Not to mention the webbed texture on the ground. Coming back in reverse, I have to walk into the dark. Unless I'm at the exact right angle to see my entrance into here. That's the anxiety. It's not that I'm being chased. It's that I'll make just the wrong move in the dark, and I'll never even have time to scream. Like right here, I'm tempted to hug the wall and watch these spider holes, but in doing so, I could accidentally back straight into that one. It's giving me a chance where it easily shows me what it is I'm supposed to do, and yet, in having an exact knowledge of how I'm meant to navigate this, it makes me realize just how vulnerable I am, knowing how easy it would be to slip up. I don't even have to die to know that getting near that would probably be instant death. Let's make our way back to here. That's 2 out of 3. Almost done. Look, that tunnel has been sealed up. One of those tunnels that the arms comes through, and there's just a set of candles left. Almost sounded like some kind of tribute. It's really weird how the inhabitants down here seem to become insane, either to the point of mutism or reverence for whatever's down here. Some of them friendly, some of them hostile, and yet all of them food at a moment's notice, leading me to wonder what the average life expectancy is down here. But what I don't know is where I actually go for this third relic. Oh wait, it's actually only now as I'm getting closer that I realized I climbed through here, didn't I? I didn't actually go down there where someone left a flare. I'm also just going to take a moment from a design perspective to appreciate this. I really like that that thing appears from so far away, the indicator that I can crawl in there, because otherwise it would be really difficult to find. This game does actually have ample anti-frustration features. Something I've been calling out more is how I really appreciate when there's like text, how there's like a press button to continue thing instead of just having it fade out when it thinks you should be done. It's easy to read it like, you know, when you're just playing, but if I'm trying to read out loud, there's got to be a certain cadence. Right here. But before we take it, what direction is something most likely to come from? Well, that light actually leads down. Oh, I guess we were meant to see this when we were looking through, but like I didn't because pixelated graphics. Up we go. Of course, there's no guarantee that we don't insert this and a giant Shelob creature doesn't come immediately running through. You gonna close behind me? Yep. That's what I figured. You know, this game actually uses scares, like, fairly sparingly. But, like, especially the few in the beginning, like, actually got me a lot. And, you know, I have, like, a pretty high tolerance when it comes to scares. I mean, I feel like because I'm usually talking when a scare happens, my reactions to jump scares have gotten, like, bigger over the years. But they actually hit me less. I mean, some of them truly are heart-stopping, but for the most part, like, I'll yell because I was startled. But it's nothing like when I was a kid where I would, like, absolutely dread something popping out at me. This game, it's actually had some, like, major upsets in the first, like, few minutes, really. This happens to many people. Austin Ward, Charlotte Hamilton. The list just keeps on growing and growing, thus indicating that maybe by making a save, we're almost printing our own. It's almost like this place like takes a certain pride in the confusion and the pain that it causes those in the real world. I say the real world. This is almost like demonic. Something that exists parallel to reality and, like, chooses victims, haunting them over a period of years before finally... Alright, let's read this before I forget. Patient Benjamin Taylor. The patient likely suffers PTSD, brought on by discovering the bodies of his fellow campers during a weekend trip they took to the Green Valley Forest. Over 4 weeks of observation, the patient's condition has not improved any, and so will move to cognitive behavioral therapy for the next 8 to 12 weeks. I definitely think there's something more personal going on here, unless it really does just want to torture me with memories that I hadn't even related to this. I really don't like the idea of walking along these rickety, barely bridges. Okay, it definitely sounded for a moment like there were more and more footsteps behind me, like more frequent. Oh, this does not look... This honestly looks like if I stepped in the wrong spot, the board would just tip end over end and send me plummeting into the abyss below. I'm sorry I keep wandering a little more than I'm probably supposed to, but I can't help but look for collectibles, things I should pick up. It still tells me I don't have a flashlight when I press F. You're gonna train me all this time, don't go near holes and strange protrusions in the wall, and then make me climb straight into one? Well, you're lucky I have a job to do. Something escaped from its cage. And if anything, that just reassures me. Maybe that something can get eaten and distract the spider. After everything we've seen, and after my comparison of the legs to roots before, it actually makes me not want to walk under these things. I met a woman named Zoe today. She's normal like me. Oh, it's Marcus again. She seems just as confused as I am. But we have the same story. A mysterious door appeared, and when she walked through it, she ended up down here. We're going to split up and try and look for anything that might point to a way out of here. Maybe we can find more people like us as we go. I have a feeling there's no such luck. I have a feeling... Well, haven't we encountered an M already? I'm just so nervous to sprint. Some of these, like, give us a fairly long way to walk, but... Yep, that's why! That's exactly why! Back, 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 back! See, having us go through there, you're what we saw before! Should I keep running? I don't think you're going to drop down. It's the absence of any scare chords or music, refusing to validate the scare. When there's music or something like that, it says, yep, you were supposed to be scared right here. When nothing happens, it almost makes you feel, in a meta sense, like you did something wrong. Like you weren't supposed to be here, and now you're getting killed in a way that the game just doesn't intend, and it's just not going to help you with. Well, I got an achievement for coming here. Oh, it's outdoor. Or at least it seems so. There's a fog hanging low, a swamp, or some kind of forest. And what's either a night sky or just a very, very distant cave ceiling overhead. Well, let's make our way in. I feel like I should be following the flames, but simultaneously, I don't want to step into the marsh. And just what is it that's actually burning? That echo of our footsteps certainly suggests we're still enclosed. Oh no, something's going to be hunting us in here, isn't there? Hello, there's something over there. That actually looks like some kind of skeleton of some huge creature. Hang on, let's get over there. Oh, what is it? It almost looks like some kind of marine creature, but those look like arms. Actually, it's almost humanoid more. Actually, this thing almost looks like it could have been a pet for a Skeletrex or something. He's huge. He's 15 feet tall and he has bones the size of tree trunks. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. He carries a club made of lava. But it seems like this is our likely exit. Straight back onto the familiar sewers. You know, there is some merit, I think, to... I tend to dislike games with, like, really samey environments, but I feel like there is some merit to reusing a handful of environments, because it's like notes in a song. Each one comes to represent something different during your play experience, and it can sort of control the mood based on what you're seeing in the current moment. Sort of develop its own shorthand. I'm going to read the note first, because I have a feeling whatever happens when... Oh, we can only turn off the TV. Well, why would I get rid of that light source? This place makes no sense. I thought we were somewhere deep underground, but one of the tunnels opened up into a marsh. Steep rock walls surrounding it, but it very much has the feeling of being outside. Listen, I am running out of space for co-commentators. Climbing the walls seems impossible. I love how the game yelled at me by slamming something off to the side. I found colossal skeletons, partially submerged in the dirt. One of them looks almost human, but it's missing a face. At the entrance, I saw a statue seeming to deify the creature. Whatever these things are, they've been here for a very long time. Now, I haven't finished reading it yet. I have very little time, but this is actually almost reminding me, in a very small way, of At the Mountains of Madness. Also, Braden, if you see this, yes, it was on your recommendation. Now, let's see about moving forward. Oh my god. I thought you were just like a lever or like a rack or something. You seriously want me to interact with that? After what we've seen, after seeing that giant hand pull something through the wall. Sybil. Secrets for the eyes? You're unwilling to give up your eyes at the moment. Come back with eyes. I love how we just intuitively understand that giving our own eyes is an option. Oh, that looks so weird. Architecturally, that just looks so weird to have such a tight corridor just curves so abruptly. Well, these stairs lead upward. That's a light, but there have been a couple of times, or at least once, where we saw what looked like it might be daylight. But something tells me this isn't really a place. That any hope we might gain from something like that would be entirely false hope. Picked up discarded eye. Do we need a pair, or just the one? And this list doesn't seem to have grown. Now, I know this game is a pretty linear walking simulator, but, you know, take inspiration from Stalker and Resident Evil. It's always a good idea to stagger your saves when you have the option. That way you can't screw up too badly. Also helpful if this game is going to have multiple endings. Patient Benjamin Taylor. I asked the patient to describe the animal attack he witnessed at Green Valley Forest. He told me that a monster was responsible for the attack. He described the attacker as having large antlers and standing upright on 2 legs. However, it was very far away and moving back into the trees. I'm hearing footsteps that aren't mine. I'm hearing footsteps that aren't mine. You heard that, right? Hang on. Yeah, I can definitely hear them, and there's a hatch in the ground there. Alright, close this door. We can change the speed. Okay, well, we probably want the speed to be nothing, right? So that we can slip through. And that sound is stopped. That was so creepy. And like every other sound in the game, the fact that it's just so downplayed, and so when that one is so consistent, you 100% believe that something has entered the environment with you. But just in that one spot. This is a game, I think, that is very much aware of horror game tropes, and it's very manipulative with those tropes in a very good way. It's very aware of the fact that it's a game without being self-referential, and it knows what players expect. Splitting up to look for answers hasn't been working. On our own, we've both been attacked by a tall, shambling creature. We were able to get away, but I think we should stick together from now on. In a situation like this, there is nothing you could do to get me to stop clinging to her leg like a lost puppy. We are not separating. While we were apart, Zoe found a knife. It's not very effective against these creatures, but it could be useful later. Yeah, potentially in my hands when I find your remains. Of course, either you're dead, or more likely you're a pair of these things shambling around in the dark. Nothing in here, but... Okay, let's stretch our gamer legs. A room with nothing in it, and a dead end. Either we're supposed to hide in here, or it's a red herring meant to make us run inside while something's chasing us and get cornered. That's also a possibility. Are you maybe Marcus? Oh my god! Run, 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 run! Oh my god! Yep, see, there's that, what I was talking about again. Okay, go, 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 go. Maybe we can get you to chop yourself up in the fan blades. Go, crawl through. Maybe you can't get through. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Go. Oh, which way was it? Right here. Right here. Turn them on. Fast as you can go. For all I know, you're already through. Oh, what did that do for us? We were probably meant to find another eye. Oh. We gotta go back. You hand over an eye you found. The inhabitants of this place do what they can to feed it. But it's very old, and the task is never-ending. For as long as your world has existed, ours has been here, waiting to receive its harvest. I feel like I got a lot of this intuitively. Begin with us. I imagine you're still gonna be here. This looks like the very definition of a juking table. So you come over here. I can outrun you. No, unless you do stuff like that. Okay, you've still got tricks up your sleeve. Maybe I can close the door behind me. Go through, go through, go through. No, I can't. I just have to run. I just have to run. Right through here, and there's just more tunnels. I was really hoping I could just find another eye or something on the ground. Oh, and I don't know which way I'm going. And I can hear. Yeah, there's more than one. There's more than one. Great, go, 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 go. See, at a certain point, there's a different fear in when I stop with the panic and the run, run, run. Because it's like, I just have to, like, I have become calm. Can't really seem to run that fast anymore. I have gotten calm. I have calmed down a little bit, but there's still something on my tail, so I'm still short of breath. Is that thing gonna find its way to me? Has breaking line of sight actually done anything for me? Well, you're gonna video game logic this thing up, aren't you? The thing you always have to ask when performing physical feats in a game, or when being frustrated that your character can't do something, is, could I do this? This is one of those cases where definitively, yeah, I could do this. I hadn't forgotten about you, but thank you for the reminder. Maybe they just get eaten when they finally run out of energy and collapse. They're all serving this thing, but you know what? That actually makes sense. It's tending the garden. The garden, or rather the fruit of that garden, being themselves. The patient's condition is not improving. Not only does he struggle in dealing with the traumatic experience itself, but he's also begun to experience stress-induced hallucinations. Specifically, seeing a door appear in his basement. I'm going to assign the patient some group therapy sessions to see if talking with others who have had similar experiences might help. Okay, 3 potential theories emerging. 1, this is completely in our own mind. 2, this thing has always been parallel to our reality, like it says, and it's taunting us with these things. 3rd, we are really here, and we have been here ever since the attack. Like, everything we've experienced up until finally going through that door has been a part of it. To be honest, though, I don't have any particular level of confidence in any of those. It could be anything. And especially that last one is a bit of a reach. But I don't want to talk about a reach right now with the inhabitants of the walls. Oh, it's going to be one of these types of things. Okay, it's a rotating puzzle. Well, we can do that. And that. Oh, well, Okay, so each one rotates 360 degrees. Huh. Well, I didn't actually expect a puzzle at this point. It's actually kind of the first one in the game, isn't it? Well, that can get us over to there. But beyond that... Oh, there's more controls over here. Alright, I very easily could have missed that. But I think at this point, it's clear we are meant to be moving to the right. It's gonna get me killed, but I've learned to just, like, ignore any and all ambient sounds. Alright, there we go. You'll turn that piece. And you... that one. There we go. I think that gives us a continuous path through there. Now, let's begin our walk. I really kind of feel like it's gonna pull something while I'm on here. Oh, look, there's these, like, huge pipes running below. Pipes for what? Who knows? That section has been sealed off. But what about over here? Now, it is strange, if this place has been around for as long as our Earth has, that its structures emulate, like, mines. How there's things like barrels and TVs here. Almost like it's mimetic to a degree. Zoe has gone missing. We found a place to hide and get some sleep, but when I woke up, Zoe was nowhere to be found. I've searched the surrounding area over and over again. It's been days now. She's just gone. I'm alone again. Well, can you maybe spare us a knife then? What is this? Like thorny roots? We haven't seen anything like this before, have we? We could open the door, or we could crawl through here. The choice is obvious, but... Ah, here we go. Too good to be true. In we go. What is in these crates? Oh, like mannequin parts. Then again, with how mannequin-like the people here look, for all I know, it's actual body parts. Yeah, no, stand there so we can get a better comparison, please. Yeah, these are definitely mannequin parts. Hurry, hurry. He'll make you better. See, that's the thing. It's like warnings and foreboding, but with a relaxed sense and demeanor. It's just like before. Oh, come on. Do I have to maybe stealth this? No, you're just gone. I don't even hear footsteps. Well, besides my own, of course. That is so... Oh, you have an enemy walking around, and then as soon as I round the corner, he's gone, even though we could see through these cracks, and we could see that he had nowhere to go. Oh, the handle is missing. We gotta go down into the pit and find it, lower this bridge. I'm also... This is a very dark game. I'm really sorry if compression ruins parts a bit. Definitely patrolling down here. That one looked like another one carrying a weapon. Maybe... Oh, maybe it intends to, piece by piece, replace all of my parts with mannequin parts? You're gonna patrol back into me. Yep! Run, 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 run. How do we avoid you? Do we have to leave this area? Nope, you'll follow me here. You very much will follow me here. You're going back in. Alright, let's try and sneak through. We know that you're on a path. Oh, I've just realized you're actually wearing a mannequin head, aren't you? Now, what kind of distances can you spot us from? Oh, not just that. You've got a mannequin arm and leg. Hey, how's it going? We need to see what you'll do. You'll go down that tunnel, so you're probably moving in a loop. Which will give us the opportunity to grab the handle that is probably right over there, right? You know, when it comes to the anxiety of patrolling enemy segments, sometimes I almost prefer a chase. But, and of course you're coming straight back. I should have seen that coming. Well, I'm gonna run all the way back into... No! Wait! Where's... Oh, okay. I lost sight of the tunnel entrance for a second. Run, 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 run. Oh, I can hear him right behind me. Around there. I hope I can break line of sight through here. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Should I wait a while? Should I wait for you to be deeper into the cave? Because maybe you'll hear this thing lowering? Whatever, YOLO. There we are. And across. There's like these like glowing like... Oh no. I was gonna say they're like glowing crystals, but that actually looks like some kind of purple-blue fire. You're letting me go a surprisingly long time without... Oh my god! Should have seen that coming. That was it, I think. I think that was this man with no face, the one who actually resides here. The one who all this exists to feed. You're surprisingly okay with me being here. Maybe I'm not ripe yet. Just piles and piles after those who have come down here. And piles of mannequin parts over here. You're slowly replacing them. All I am is a project yet to be worked on. Being able to get such a clear look at you, you almost remind me of something that, like, would have traumatized me as a kid, like some kind of claymation animated special that I would have taken out from the library. Somehow you actually remain alive and able to follow me, even having replaced your heads. Oh, it is so dark. The lights are dimming and coming back on. We need to move while the lights are on. Get out of here. Absolute panic, knowing we can't go just wherever, but not having any idea what they're doing in the dark around us. Oh, of course. Of course, we're back into the walls. Nothing here. Oh, we've got to walk back past that thing. The only reason it gives us a path to come over here is because it knows we'll want to try the path of least resistance first. And then be overcome with despair as we realize we have to go the other way. I'm not touching you. I'm leaving you right alone. Some of these animations are like so good and smooth. It's actually kind of surprising. It's a maze, and a maze can only mean one thing. Chase sequence. The patient has had several group therapy sessions, and his condition does not appear to be improving. We'll continue these sessions for a few more weeks, but if there's no clear improvement, I'll begin administering EMDR treatment. Additionally, I could prescribe Ben some antidepressants to aid in his recovery. Hey there. So long as I stay here and you stay there, we're good. You ever feel like you're being corralled, penned in perhaps? Alright, I just had to look down the other way just to make sure I wasn't missing anything, but it was a dead end. We find ourselves at some sort of structure. Can I actually talk to you guys? I can't talk to all of you. Most of you will just stand there menacingly. Of course, you could start moving at any time. I'm honestly surprised it waited this long, although I suppose it didn't. I suppose some of you have done similar things. Let's just start pulling levers. It doesn't matter what they do. This is a video game. You just pull levers and stuff happens. I see. It was timed. I was supposed to run over and stand on that. And then it's on a timer, so we've got to rush over. There we are. Just think, all this because we were finally prodded into taking out some boxes. Never agree to do unpaid chores for your family. And no matter how many times we try to rise up, we just end up going deeper and deeper. Yep. Now I just got the achievement, Escaped the Dollmaker's Tunnels. So even though that's what we've been seeing, maybe that's not that man with no face. Maybe it's something else entirely. I mean, we know that there are other inhabitants. Maybe it's slightly more varied than you'd think. But nevertheless, we are at the bottom of the food chain. Ow. Oh, it is so dark. While continuing my search for Zoe, I've come across a lot of machinery. It seems so out of place. What's the purpose behind the machinery? Who built it? I've tried questioning the inhabitants, but none of them would give me an answer. Don't worry about it, they'd say. How much do they know? Oh, this looks like a covered cage. There's got to be a flashlight or something. Oh, we can actually see a light around the corner. Yeah, so, like, why not? Like, fine, sure. Oh, and it's not the only one. It has many pets. That thing's gonna get out. I'm gonna hear that door break open, and I'm gonna be left running in these wide tunnels. I've prescribed a small dose of antidepressants and begun to administer EMDR treatment. The combination of medication and this new treatment had been quite successful, as Ben seemed much calmer during our sessions. While recounting the events at Green Valley Forest, he still experiences heightened stress, but to a lesser degree than only a few weeks ago. I'll continue this treatment for the next few weeks, and keep an eye on how the patient improves over that time. Oh, up through this one. I hadn't noticed this pipe. The lack of contrast, how bare this room is. It almost makes it seem like I was dropping down onto a wet floor, or rather one that's submerged under about a foot of water. Really thought this was going to be a floor is lava type of game where I have to quickly move between the boxes and such. Just heard a thump that I haven't heard before. Oh, which way do I go? Nothing down here, but there is a door in the dark. It's too dark. So we either have to turn on some lights or find some kind of light source. That's gotta be it. Oh my god! I hate it. I hate smooth movements around corners. Well, we're definitely not alone in here. Look. Oh my god, I didn't expect you to actually still be there. Despite the faux PS1 aesthetic, this flashlight actually interacts with the environment in a pretty cool and realistic fashion. Alright, can I trust you to remain cool while I read this? Can I expect that door not to slide open and have something walk in behind me? I've met some strange people down here, but one of them is particularly unnerving. I've never actually met them face to face, but I've been able to speak to them through a small gate along the wall at various locations. Their sickly arm beckoning me from the other side. They claim to know secrets about this place, but refuse to tell me anything unless I bring them eyes. The ramblings of another insane inhabitant, most likely. But what if they really do know something about this place? Would I ever be willing to sacrifice an eye for information? Could it help me find a way out of here? Now that's a gamble, not knowing what you're gonna get, but knowing that you will get something if you do something so extreme. And I guess, with them all being eyeless, it's a conclusion they all reached at least twice. Whatever they learned the first time, they decided it was worth it. Now, let's turn around and yep, hi. It was just too obvious. Very well done, but it was simply too obvious not to happen. That might be the first time on the channel I've called it out and it actually happened when I expected it to. And another save room, excellent. But yeah, I definitely have to think that that's what this is all leading to. That in the end I'm gonna have to pull out my own eyes and, in an act of desperation, make it so that I have no way of leaving. Ironically, in an attempt to gain information that could help me leave, I'd leave myself without the means to do so. Oh, I can see the pipes underwater here. You're really gonna make me climb down into that? Everyone down here seems unable or unwilling to talk about what's going on, but occasionally a piece of information slips out. When questioning one of the inhabitants about the machinery and what purpose it serves, they actually responded. The pipes siphon water to the abattoir. It's the first coherent sentence I've heard from one of them. But I tried questioning them further about this abattoir, but they quickly reverted to the usual, "Don't worry about it." The same response I've been hearing from everyone else. I need more information. Why is there a slaughterhouse in this place? I think we already know. Can I actually climb down here? No. Okay, I'm actually sort of relieved. Another makeshift barricade. You got something I need on these shelves? No. Can't turn the valve, but I can speak with you. Don't go in the water. Wasn't planning on it. That sounded like a thing. Why am I even responding to sounds anymore? They all sound like a thing. Another eye. Well, I'm really glad you guys are just leaving these things around. It makes my life a whole lot easier. Now we've just got to find another place where that thing reaches through. I'm gonna be forced, aren't I? Yep, now I have the option. Maybe I had the option before as well, I'm not sure. Maybe if I had pressed a little harder. But we're not going to spend a lot of time in here. I definitely think it's giving us a floor is lava style minigame. Oh, and that raises... Did it raise the water level? I can't tell. But there's definitely something splashing about down there. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe? Okay, we're doing an amnesia. We're doing an amnesia. I still remember this scaring the crap out of me when I played the demo for it all those years ago. Okay, where? Right here, but we've still got to make our way to the other one. It always looks like the water level is raised somewhat, but I can't tell if it is. Maybe not. Maybe it is. Oh, yeah. But does that mean that I'm moving slower when I get in here? I can't tell. There's just such a sense of helplessness that comes with being in water. It is that dreamlike sense of not being able to run. That's actually a lot what it feels like. And not to mention the darkness, the sensory deprivation, and simultaneously overload, depending on the temperature of the water and how much splashing is being done. Well, that's 3. Does that mean we can do something now? Alright, let's go. Oh, but now we can hardly move. Where are you? I can't even see your splashing. Let's just get out of here. Go, go, go! You're right there! You're right there! I couldn't find you, and then you were right in front of me. Go, 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 go. I have to assume that's it. Those are the 3 lights I can see from the entrance. I can't see anywhere else I could have gone. Oh, maybe what I was doing was I was draining the other chamber. Are we gonna have to make a choice here? 2 pipes, and we can go down either one. Oh no, we can only go down this one. I forgot we can't jump. Yeah, this game is in so many of its environments, reminding me of Lost in Vivo. That was a crazy game. It's weird. My memories of that game are so hazy. It feels like so long ago. And it feels like, when I load it up and, like, watch old clips, it feels like a different person playing it, but it's been not even 2 years. I wonder if I'll ever come to feel the same way about this game. I mean, I sometimes actively think when I'm recording now about what experiences I'm currently in the middle of that will become nostalgic. The same place, only now without our entrance. No, stop that, stop that. What was that? It did a splash. It got us so paranoid of seeing that, and then it did a splash in a place where there logically shouldn't even be a splash. Actually kind of seemed like a splash of dust. That was a level transition. That wasn't just opening a door. That was an environment transition, loaded in new things. I can't even really see what's down there. But it looks like there's maybe another hatch in the ground. And another. Hey! Well played. There hasn't been an overt loud jump scare thus far. But there's a light coming from beneath! I did not expect that to be as easy as it was. Oh no. Nope, 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 nope. Invalid configuration! Oh god, you rotate so slowly. I gotta figure out what's getting where. Okay, you need to go like that. You need to go up, go up, go up. Sudden panic, relief, and then panic. That's the thing. And you. Okay, turn. There we go. Locked? Okay, so it's a constant chain of panic, relief, panic, relief, panic, relief. Panic of falling through. Panic again of not being able to get out. Relief of falling straight through. Panic, the water is rising. Gotta do this really quickly or I'll drown. And then relief when we fix it, and then panic again when we realize we are trapped. Well, that's a pickle. Maybe we can do something with this little drain here. This drain here? How is... Never mind. Oh, now it can open. Well, that was basically a comedy sketch. Oh, look at the way the light casts shadows on the ground. Imagine if something were to actually move up there. We can bring in our flashlight, but if anything, it just introduces another element to the creepiness. It's you again, dwelling under the stairs. Secrets for the eyes? You hand over an eye you found. The way is open only to those who have witnessed the unnatural. Man, what have I been witnessing? Only the eyes of one who has seen beyond their world can see the door. And only the witness may cross the threshold. It calls to them. So, seeing this door, it started after the event in the woods. And because it was paranormal in nature, that's what enabled me to start seeing it. So presumably, if we take this literally, every other victim also was witness to supernatural events at some point in their lives? Every victim of this place, I mean, not everyone who gets annihilated by these things in the real world. I mean, from the sound of it, it was like a huge massacre. Locked. We'll have to find ourselves a key. Oddly enough, I mean, there's been plenty of puzzles where we had to find something to progress, but we have yet to actually pick up a key. Also, these doors. Some of these doors have, like, these symbols on them. You know, it's worth noting, we actually haven't been chased in a while. Locked. Is that maybe going to change? We can't talk to you. It's actually kind of hard to miss any of the talk-to-ables, because the indicator that I can use something is actually appearing from pretty far away. Any reason why I'd want to turn that off? I actually like having them because of the light source. And even if they don't illuminate the environment actively, they provide contrast. Anything at all. Oh my god! Oh my god. It's because, like, I'm so used to following the door in as it opens, so I was, like, already, like, pushing my head into your face as I registered what you were. Very well done. Very well done. If you had made a noise, I would have dropped dead. But what more can I do? Can I... I can't try again. Well, I guess I just have to go back, then? It's you. A bloodstain has been left as if you were taken, but you've ended up behind the cage. How did you do that? Well, I'm noticing doors on either side. Maybe we can get to them somehow? Oh, there's a note here I almost missed. The abattoir. I knew it sounded important, but when I returned to the inhabitant that initially mentioned it, I found them dead. Apparently, someone or something doesn't want people talking about that place. Thanks to that one slip of the tongue, I have a lead. If I can find my way to the abattoir, I might be able to find Zoe and get some answers. Well, you're the real protagonist of this, I guess. The one blazing the trail, walking so that others can run. There's that key. Now, what's gonna come in behind us? Yep, I knew it. Okay, this way. Hopefully juking you is a little easier than with the knife guy. The knife guy had quite a bit of reach. Oh my god! Ow! But, and that didn't work out. Okay, it can buy us a little bit of time, though. I can't even plan around you because it's such an irregular walk cycle. Okay, have I gotten away, or are you going to continue to follow me? Where even was that other thing? I think it was this way. So, there we go. Let's start with the closest door. Another eye. Can we go back and... Oh, no, wait. I forgot. There's one under these stairs right here. You know, this game is doing a weird thing where it feels like I've been playing it for so long. It took me 20 minutes to get the recording set up, and we're at 2 hours, 20 minutes, so... yeah, only about 2 hours of actual gameplay. Witnesses who are brought here will always carry a piece of this place with them. No matter where they go, part of them will always remain here. We keep what we claim. So you're telling me there's a chance? Like, that's all I hear is you're telling me that there is a way to get out of here. Well, at least most of us. Yeah, you growl it up. You growl it up, creature in the dark. I know this game is linear. Wow, they weren't kidding when they said many pets. We've seen many of these rusted, broken cages, but we've never actually seen what would have gone in them. Sure, just put a note right here in this darkened corridor where we haven't seen around the corners yet. Let's just totally distract ourselves to read this. I finally found Zoe, but something has happened to her. She's like them now. A blank, featureless husk. But it has Zoe's knife. The only words out of her mouth, "Don't worry about it." Did they all used to be normal once? Is the same thing going to happen to me? I have to get out of here. Fast. Screw you. No! Oddly enough, this game is giving me, and this is going to be a very specific thing that I can't actually qualify with, like, you know, adjectives. This is very 2021 nostalgic. Like, it feels like the kind of game I would have played back then. Goodbye, ambient sounds. All the better to jump scare you with. You know, that was dust falling, I know that, but it sort of looked like the backside of a spider going around a corner. Oh, look, you're even letting me choose my own adventure. Really making me the master of my own destiny. Silence is deafening. Sooner or later, I'm going to round a corner and there's going to be a face staring back at me. It's shown a willingness to utilize such scares. Or maybe not until we drop down into who knows what. See, it damaged us and then it played like a squishy noise of something maybe walking around back here. Maybe one of the tall guys. We can go through that door. Every time there's been a door close by, actually, I think those symbols have always denoted a save door, now that I actually pay attention. And these rooms have been stacking up more and more, I just haven't been looking. Who's out there? No. Oh, now is not the time. When there's literally not a shred of ambient light, now is not the time. Just keep moving, just keep moving. I know it's irrational, I know that these flickers are likely scripted, but I really feel compelled to get out of here as quickly as possible. Like, I have to get out of here before the light dies! Oh, and there is nothing to stop you. Nothing to stop you. I mean, maybe this. Let's use it as a checkpoint. Oh, I just had a thought. What if we have to ward you off with the flashlight, and that's dependent on knowing you're coming? Through here, through here, through here. I'm trying to look up, but I'm blinded by all these lights. Oh, look at this. It's almost like some kind of, like, miniature prison camp with these walls and spotlights and fences. It actually sort of reminds me of what became of Liminal Hotel on the RP Aneurysm variant. Into the metal box, seen no more. And that's all you got for me, huh? Oh, they're all gathering here. I get the feeling that this is the harvest. Won't move, something is missing. We need to find yet another handle. But where? Presumably through those caves somewhere. But why would I need to... Oh no, you're not going to make me crawl through there. Okay, good. The valve and another note. I've seen people being lined up at the front of the building. More mindless husks being watched over by those shambling creatures that attacked Zoe and I. So there is like a clear hierarchy here. There's no way I'd be able to sneak past them and get through the front entrance. There are several wooden walkways suspended in the air. They don't look very stable, but perhaps one of those could lead me to a back entrance? Alright, so that's what we're doing. So that gets us over to this one, which enables us to go up and over that fence. Excellent. have we got here? Into the darkness once more. No, we are very actively being monitored. Are we trying to find the back of the line, or are we just joining it? I have a feeling we're gonna end up in this metal box. Never seen again. While observing the abattoir, I saw several people being brought here. They look normal, like me, like Zoe once did. They were being placed into cages. Many are missing eyes, but seem otherwise unharmed. The area is being overseen by a large humanoid figure, dressed in a bloody leather apron. Where his face should be, there's nothing but mutilated flesh. I don't think there's any way I can help those imprisoned now. If that man with no face were to see me... I think we're getting close to our first glimpse. A ladder. A ladder segment! Okay, stop doing that, stop doing that. I hate that. I hate that, I hate that. Where do I even put this thing? I don't even know where it goes. Alright, well, we need to run back to the ladder that is very much intact so that we can get up and over this wall. Maybe we can even turn the thing further? What do I do with this? Maybe I could try climbing up to there? You're still shambling towards me. Those irregular bursts of speed are really, really throwing me off. I can't believe other games haven't done that. I mean, I guess they want to be predictable, but... Okay, where can you go? It takes back to here. And maybe we can use a ladder segment to get over this? Yes, fix. I hadn't even realized there was a usable here. You still down there? I don't see you. While I was unable to help those imprisoned near the abattoir, it's shown me that there are more people here that haven't been turned yet. If I can find them, we might be able to help each other. Someone has to know a way out of here. Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the problem with that logic. If somebody knows the way out of here, I can't imagine them still being here. I imagine they would just go and not wait around to work with your underground railroad. We can jump out through here. Yeah, teach this game to think it can make me open a door. I really don't know why I did that. Another save. And another eye. There's more knowledge to be gained somewhere close by. You know, it's really actually, it's becoming kind of ominous because these saves used to be real few and far between, and now it's handing them out like candy. Long hallways. Long, wooden, rotting hallways. What could go wrong? And it's getting darker and darker. It looks like those lights are all pointed towards some kind of big, like, entrance. This is where we learn what it's all about. I mean, as I had said, I think that this is the harvest. But what does the harvest actually look like? Does it actually literally eat them, or is there something more that it wants? I've seen more of those shambling things that attacked Zoe and I. They don't seem to be concerned with the more docile inhabitants of this place. They specifically seem to go after anyone attempting to find a way out, or any of the inhabitants that can say more than they should, like some kind of enforcer. I tried to fight back against them, but nothing works. All I can do is run and hide and wait for them to move on. Wait. Wait, there was another door. I mean, this place is plenty spooky, don't get me wrong, but there was another door. Okay, I'll spare you that few seconds. I went back and it was locked, but... Look at this. This is more like an actual house. Even though it looks more like an attic than a basement, it's actually the closest thing to where we came from. And even here, the overhead fixtures swing without any definitive cause. Yeah, I've got something for you. The eyes are the window to the soul, and what passes through those windows has consequences. Witnessing the unnatural leaves a mark upon the soul. The man with no face is patient. His work is delicate, but he will claim what is his in the end. Ever since this event, we've been marinating ever since. I've been searching for other people for what feels like months now. I'd started to give up hope, but I finally met someone else. They wouldn't tell me their name. They were hiding in this place and say they know of a way to get back home. Unfortunately, this way out is through the abattoir itself. I really don't want to go back there, but I might have no choice. Apparently, I should be able to find my way into the abattoir by taking the elevator up to the highest floors, and then entering through a walkway. One small problem: the elevator is broken. What are the chances that everything I need to fix the elevator will be in the immediate area? I'm so tired. I don't know how much longer I can go on. But it's so close. So I'm imagining we're going to get this thing going. It's going to be a moment of triumph. And then it's going to start heading down. Calling it right now. Why is this reminding me so much of the final act of Blair Witch? The way these shadows cast off these walls. Something about the familiarity of the plaster, wallpaper, wooden beams exposed. I don't know, this is just something a little bit more foreboding to me. Somehow even more so than all those places where we felt even more helpless. Or maybe I'm just a sucker for the haunted house aesthetic. In any case, I'm not going to count on there being more of you further up ahead. The process is a delicate one, twisting a person into something else. Most lose themselves. Apathy takes hold and they become nothing more than docile husks ready for harvest. Others react more violently, their bodies twisted into towering monstrosities. Some would discard them as failures, but the man with no face is resourceful. Aggression can be harnessed and used to keep the cattle in check. Why throw away such valuable assets? So that's the origin of the enforcers. Now that explains the cattle and the enforcers, but sadly it doesn't explain a single thing about the others. The spider and the doll maker. Are they part of it, or are they just other things here? You know, for just a second, I was looking at that, and I saw the two prongs on the top, the long line leading up to it. And it just flashed in my mind the memory of it saying, a tall thing that stood on its back legs with antlers. Well, let's save once more. The Back Rooms. Really? We're going with that title. Okay. And now Now is not a good time. I hadn't even called much attention to it, but this game has been gradually getting darker throughout its runtime. Until eventually it had to place a flashlight in my hands, but even then there are moments. That looked like some kind of circuit breaker. According to my new friend, the way out of this place is through a portal. The portal is apparently at the base of the abattoir, surrounded by large, jagged rocks. This makes approaching the portal from the ground impossible. However, it is accessible from above. He says I'll have to hurry, though. Down here, I'll gradually change until I become like all the others. Once claimed by this place, I won't be able to return to the real world. If I'm able to get inside the abattoir and make my way to the top, I could jump off into the portal below. Honestly, I'm not sure if I have the energy anymore. What's the point in even trying? Finding a way inside that place and then making my way through whatever I find in there, all for a slim chance that this guy might somehow know what he's talking about? And in turn, you become an unreliable source since I'm going off what you're saying. Funnily enough, it's giving me the option to open all these doors, even though most of them are locked. So many different ways to go. But no chance to try this one. Huh, there's light pouring through from there. There's no obvious source, but I can't imagine that that's daylight. I mean, it couldn't be, right? Somebody's playing with that breaker we saw back there. The keypad needs power. And presumably a key. That'll be useful to put in. 4308! I should have seen it coming. See, the thing is, I would have seen it coming, but it didn't give me time to see it coming. As soon as I know what I'm looking at, it's like something in the back of my brain goes back up, but it's already happening. Will you come back again? No? Okay. Alright, 4308. Now, at what point along the way will it hit us with something? Well, it's a linear corridor, so maybe it won't hit us with anything? I mean, who am I kidding? But, yeah. Just making sure that I've read everything. And flip. Yep, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But once again, before I even had time to vocalize what would happen... Oh, you're a mischievous one, aren't you? This, too, actually reminds me of a section from Outlast Whistleblower. Alright, what was it? It was 4308, right? There we go. The patient has made significant progress since starting his new medication and treatment. Discussing what happened at Green Valley Forest has become much easier for him now. He understands now that what happened was a complete accident, and that it was not his fault. The monster he believed responsible for the attack has also diminished in his recollection. While he still doesn't know what it was, he admits that he must have simply been seeing things. I believe the patient will soon no longer require these sessions. Okay, but what did happen? You call it an accident, but we don't actually know what it was, and you presumably haven't told me what it actually was. Which suggests that it's still unknown. So, oh my god! Okay, go, 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 go. Ring around the rosy, probably. Maybe, I don't even know where I'm going. It's another one of these. Please let this work! Okay, well, good. Go open new pathways for me. Opening new pathways is good because it enables me to juke with better efficiency. Where are we going? Probably where you came from, right? Unless you also went that way. You can juke too. There's two of you. Well, that makes this sort of impossible, doesn't it? Yep, I'm dead. I'm dead for the first time. Anything here? Well, we can go through here. And into a save room, right? 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 You're not chasing me anymore. Okay. Yeah, into the save room. Why tempt fate? What if it just put one of those guys behind a save room door? How much would that suck? The answer is 5. It would suck 5. Alright, let's start making our way down then. See, the thing is, they're not loud. They don't make any sounds, except when they're breaking through walls. Did not want to see this stuff again. But it's their movement and their unpredictability. Because I feel like this game understands that, I mean, I'm a broken record, but it understands that players know what to expect from horror games, and it constantly subverts those expectations in order to get a reaction. And it's able to do so in such a downplayed manner simply because it's breaking the rules. And there's just no way to prepare for that. I'm tired. My body feels too heavy to move. I need to keep moving forward, I keep telling myself, but why? I'm not getting out of here. I'm starting to think the inhabitants are right. Don't worry about it. What a great way to bring that full circle. Don't worry about it isn't a lack of knowledge, it's resignation. Maybe they're not even insane. If I had never concerned myself so much with leaving, maybe I wouldn't feel this crushing weight right now. What is there to worry about when I've got nothing left to lose? I'm tired. Hey, what you watching? Ah, I see. Yeah, this show was pretty good, but you can totally tell that they changed showrunners in the 3rd season and it completely lost its vision. I think that's enough screen time for you for now. I mean, how long have you been sitting in front of this TV like a couch potato? Go out, experience life. Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. Okay, you know, I walked right into that one. It's not even like I didn't expect it, but I had to try. Will you leave me? Thank you. Oh my... Oh, I can actually see your shadow in there. Oh, this feels like the completion of that time I was 3, and I was at, like, Disney World or something, and I saw some lady that had one of those, like, invisible dog leashes, and I was like, how is this possible? Like, it shattered my perception of reality, and now here it is, coming back to bite me. That memory just came screaming back. Another eye for Sybil. And another hole for me to crawl down. I wonder if you could start like a whole economy of these things. Like, if you find a spot that's right at the entrance to every person's door, you can just like trade with them like all the information you've gained so far for their eyes, and then use those to continuously farm more info. I think there's something moving around above me. Oh, I don't like this crawl space. Imagine if, like, over here I find the last box that I was meant to find, and it becomes my mission that I'm getting it back out of here. I relented today. That horrible arm beckoned me once again, and I took their offer. Sacrifice an eye to see the truth. Now I know. They revealed to me that there is no way out of this place. Once you're claimed, you can never escape. All that's left is to wait and let yourself be taken by the man with no face. I wonder what more I could learn from my other eye. Would it offer me some comfort? At least I wouldn't have to look at this cursed place any longer. And that's the thing, it's this unthinkable thing that's on the table from the very start. Okay, so we can go down into the dark zone, and we're able to see beneath in various places. An elevator crank. Well, we're finding the parts to make the repair, I hope. After reading that note, I wonder if my character is even still on that train. We can loop all the way back around. But where am I actually going? Oh, wait, no. We were here before. I remember this. I think that's actually where we fell through, which means... Oh, does that mean that we'd be going back that way? Page after page of illegible scrawl. The only thing you can vaguely make out are the words, "Don't worry about it." Faintly signed, M. Not a shared insanity, just cultural assimilation. Right, we had another I. While not required, breaking the spirit greatly benefits the process. Being so far removed from their own world causes those brought here to wither. The longer they spend in this world, the more they tire. Eventually, most simply give up and submit willingly to the process. See, that's brilliant and so unusual. It's not literal brainwashing, it's simple insanity brought on by attrition. Okay, so let's put that here and get this elevator over. I am so ready to leave. Although it doesn't seem like that's where this is heading. Let's go. Don't even wait for the door to close. I'm noticing a red glow. Yep. Yep. Yepper. And we're right back to that familiar place, somehow showing me the same environment, being so much more crushing than one might expect. Ben's final session is coming up. While I'm proud of his progress over the course of his therapy, I'm still concerned about his hallucinations. I believed they were a symptom of his PTSD, but even after his treatment, he still claims to see that door appear in the basement on occasion. Huh. We're almost playing the other side of a growing my grandpa situation. There may actually be something very real going on here. Dismissed as crazy because of a traumatic event in his past. And it causes them to not see what's... Well, not right in front of them. It's not like anybody would believe him anyway. But basically, the very real mental illness was masking the horrifying situation unfolding here. We've got to be close to the end, though. We've got to be. I mean, as our recounting of the therapy reaches its end, we still haven't seen an explanation of why those things are down here. It's like all of these places just like mix and match each other. Once we've seen a place, we'll be seeing more and more of it throughout. But the labyrinth nature of this place is actually very deliberate. That sucks. That sucks. I can feel that crawling on my skin. Did it just smash in somewhere? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my god, I hate these things. They're so big and fluffy and, normally those are good adjectives, but not here. It's blocked. Oh no. Oh no, we're going down into this. And it's so big, which is so much less comforting. We presumably have to get over to there. Okay. Don't fall. Can I use these pickaxes for anything? I mean, even if you can't kill the enforcers, what about these moths? Activate gondola. Oh, it's gonna come riding in out of the shadows, is it? Well, to be honest, I'm just glad I don't have to navigate this room until this thing inevitably falls. Gondola rides, never a safe bet in video games, especially ones you have to wait for. Imagine we see something go walking by in these windows, knowing that this thing has to get here before it manages to round the corner and come to us. Let's just go. This is actually a surprisingly relaxing moment. The first time we've been able to just kind of stop and collect our thoughts. And there is something somewhat comforting about watching these spotlights pass, illuminating the fog in the darkness. And it's all ruined. Please, no! Oh, did the moth do that? I wasn't looking. Great. Another one of these. Another impossibly high ceiling. Another really annoying door that makes me hunt about. We haven't seen one of these since like the beginning of the game. Okay, let's walk around and see what it wants. Right after we save, of course. So dark, even with the flashlight. There's so much dust suspended in the air that it almost physically blocks it. There's one. Maybe this path will be more linear? And again... there's definitely footsteps. Another. What about a third? Game? What about a third? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's really what I thought. It's not even... when they're right behind you, you can't even turn back to close it because they'll just get a hit in. It's better to just keep running. And I can hear more moth. I can hear a lot more moth. I think you've stopped chasing me, but let's save just in case. See, the thing is, like, because you can't look back because of those sporadic speed-ups, you never know when you've lost them. Oh, there was one literally right here. That's amazing. Alright, go, gadget, open door. And take it away. No, letting me get a little further? You're letting me get a little further, and I feel like I shouldn't be backing down this tunnel the way I am. Anticipation of one scare might lead me right into another. That might be copyright infringement. I might sue for this. I mean, it's not technically a candle, but it looked like it in the dark. Ah, there it is! Oh my god, it was all, like, messed up and bloody. We've been taken. Dr. Traeger? Okay, we're still playing. There's got to be a way out of here. It said that the man with no face is patient. After this whole time, our first encounter with the man himself. Okay, we've got to stay low, right? Stay low, make sure it doesn't see us, hide in the darkness. These are the barbs it was talking about that make it impossible to traverse certain areas. We're back in the abattoir itself. Nothing that can be done for these guys. The eyeless fool got me captured. Just because he's given up doesn't mean I should as well. I'd leave this note behind in the hope that it might help others. There's a way out of this place. A large portal that connects this world to the one we were taken from. If we can reach it, we can finally go home. Maybe that was left by the person who Marcus originally met up with. The one who first said there was a way out. Perhaps something could be used to bridge the gap. Okay. So we're on the lookout for like a plank of wood or something. It's so dark, but I don't want to turn on my light and risk, like, attracting attention. Oh, it's another one of these, is it? Run, 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 run. See, what's interesting about the man with no face, right, is that it's been built up for this entire game. We've been hearing about it for literal hours, but that's the first glimpse we got of it. Several times where we thought, oh, is that you? But it wasn't. And now... See, the thing is, it was described. It was described as being all mutilated and destroyed. But where do we go from here? Do we have to drop down somewhere? Can we survive such a drop? Well, it probably wants me to walk down this way. So, for us, we're picturing in our head what this thing is going to look like once we're inevitably brought face to face with it. Will we be able to handle the sight? These guys clearly couldn't. Alright, walk across, walk across, walk across, walk across. Oh, this really is actually starting to feel a lot like Little Nightmares. Where do we go? I mean, we can enter that cage, but that's not something we want to do. Like, right? That seems like the absolute last thing we should be trying to do right now. Oh, wait, we can maneuver around this way. All right, let's follow these cables right to here. But what did that do? There's this over here. I hadn't even noticed this. All of you turn to look at me. Wait, I can talk to one of you. I hadn't even noticed. Are you coming too? No. No, I'm not. Not if I have anything to say about it. This glow... This is the box, this is the machine. But what the harvest actually looks like remains to be seen. All I know is we're not supposed to be here, and that's a good thing. Or maybe this is just the extra step for breaking those with slightly more spirit. Oh, look at those gears turning silently over there. At this point, we're on the home stretch, and I just want to get this done. Another missing handle, but thankfully it's not our problem. I just want to be... I'm torn between being thorough and wanting to rush this. To get out of here as quickly as possible. Oh, we just got an achievement, Lost and Found. Fill out the missing persons board in the place. That's everyone now. Huh, maybe we actually get it for talking to all the talkables. I hadn't actually made the connection. Let's finish this. Being here, it's almost starting to feel like I'm not subverting any of this thing's expectations for me. It's almost like it wants me here. Looks like everything that this has been leading to has been almost literally set in motion. It says that this is something that's existed for the entire time our world has. And yet all this, like, machinery, all this modern look to it. I don't know, it's so strange to me for that to be the case. Let me guess, locked? Yep. Did I see something there for just a second? Yes. Yes, there is. And if we find another eye, we'll have to offer it up. You know, I have to wonder if this is all the domain of some eldritch being. Who is making all these barricades? Who's boarding all this up? Because if it is done by survivors, then that suggests that others have made it this far before. I mean, we know at least one or two have. There they are, being packaged. Packaged and prepared for the process. But anything blocking the way will halt the process. Why do I get the feeling that brings unwanted attention? I mean, there's no greater way to upset a diner than by obstructing their food. I can't hold it open enough for me to get through. Gate key and another note. The portal is our way out of here, but the abattoir being built over top of it makes it difficult to reach. However, the portal has created a fissure in the ground at the base of the abattoir. Large jagged rocks prevent it from being accessed from the ground level, so we need to find another way to get through. I thought we had been through all this already. Of course, there's a guy. Okay, keep going, use your ground. We need to get back to that gate. Only thing is, I don't know exactly where it is. Back this way and on the right, perhaps. This way, and crouch. And no, you don't. I was looking back thinking I'm going to be in an oh yes you do moment because you were going to crash through those boards. When you didn't stop running, I really thought that was what was going to happen. Right here. And I've got something for you. Wait, oh no, I had thought that I picked up an eye, but it was actually the gate key. Only because I thought that was what it was going to be at first. Alright, but that means that if we find any around here, this is where we bring them. This thing is so huge when you're walking around on the inside. And I hear the sound of metal dragging. And there's all the live ones, presumably waiting to be processed. That glow welcomes them, but we still don't know what it actually is. All I know is that in the time we've been down here, that is truly a lot of people. This may be something that's unknown in the real world, but it is not something that's uncommon. I honestly thought that was somebody rising up from the floor. Great, another one. Another place we have to go, and more of you guys patrolling about. 2 of you in there. Well, that makes things complicated, doesn't it? We can maybe avoid you for a time, if we don't go in your direction. This is definitely your area, though. There you guys are. Will you see me from down there? That's the question. Kill our light. If you're not going to aggro from there, maybe we can see... Oh, you're guarding that gate. So what is it that we're going to have to do? We're going to turn that valve, so I think what we need is for you to chase us. That sucks. That sucks so hard. But I think we have to get your attention so that you'll follow us away far enough to use that valve. Howdy guys, what's up? No, I need your friend too. Like, this is an all-or-one deal. Let's go. Now, down. You guys follow me this way. Hopefully, you'll actually follow me past this point. Was that a ladder right there? No? Okay, this way. If I can get you all the way up here, that would be great, actually. Only one of you? I was gonna say, because I can jump down here, tank the damage. But you're right there. I need you both to follow. Unless I can get you to come around this corner and lose you this way. That ain't gonna happen. Howdy, bud. This way. This way. I need you both upstairs. Right here. We drop down over to these stairs. Don't even break stride. Just hit the ground and keep moving. And there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. And here he comes. Okay. Go, 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 go. And under more. Yeah, that's right. And another save door, just barely visible in the darkness. Oof. Now, seems like this line has been stopped for the moment. So let's cross over. I wonder what would constitute a production delay in a place like this. Are they actually being, like, ground up and mashed? Alright, run, 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 run. And run, 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 run. I don't know if our head brushing the top of it would kill us. And go, 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 go. Dude, I have no eyes for you. That means that we've seen 2 of these. There are probably more I could have found. But I'm not exploring as thoroughly because I've been playing for like 3.5 hours at this point. Alright, let's get through here. Yeah, beat Buzz. Where are we actually go? And it's a one to use. Okay, this way. Right this way. There's a delay for you to attack us, so that gives us a distinct advantage. And we need to run through here. Oh, great. You're still coming. You're still coming. Yep. Gotta wait for the elevator. Oh, it's a one of these. Alright, ring around the rosy until it arrives. I called the elevator. Is it actually coming? I can't even check. But I can keep this up more or less forever. There we go. And press. I wonder if it's not entirely possible for me to have gotten stuck on here with one of those things. And finally, we're rising up to the upper levels. Made it much farther than Marcus ever did. And that's something to be proud of. In fact, we might be the one to have made it the farthest. And then again, if any of them did know of a way out... Oh my god! Okay, I couldn't... my hand flew off the keyboard. Alright, keep going, keep going, keep going. Alright, up to here. This is where we need to be. We needed to get up to the roof so we could dive down into that portal. I still can't see anything yet. You're still chasing me. And then more of you are here. Okay, they definitely know. They know that this is happening and they're trying to put a stop to it. Over the edge, only one chance. What have you got to lose? Worst case, you die. And that's still better than now. And we find ourselves back here. No door. Still no box. Still no fourth box, very conspicuously. But we've made it home. Although, as it said, not in one piece. It'll always be with us in some way. Some part of us will have been left behind. What that actually means remains to be seen. But I do fear for what we're going to see when we reach the top of the stairs and open that door. There's that vertigo effect again. Come on now. Come on now. Nope, there is no way. There is no way out. You know, call me crazy. Call me a rules lawyer. This does not seem like part of me being left behind. This seems like the me part of me being left behind. I know what this is gonna be. And this is when you give in to despair. This is when you stop trying. So that was the door in the basement. And that was really, really cool. That was much higher effort than I expected. It was also much longer. I mean, for the price, I didn't really expect it to be a full-length game, but it really was. But it did not overstay its welcome. I mean, it was kind of light on the puzzles. It was mostly a walking simulator. But I have to say, I really appreciate the lack of, like, music and scare chords and such. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into what I liked and didn't like about this game because I had plenty of time to talk about it, but I really feel like subverting horror tropes is a big part of this game. The story was pretty interesting, and while I sort of disliked telling the entire thing through notes, I feel like it worked for the style this was going for us to never actually have a sane human companion. And look, it's not like I was told entirely through notes. We did get to interact, just with an insane populace who would never give us anything we want to know more than little hints. But back to what I was saying, the scares are so well done because they seemingly exist outside of video game tropes. When you played enough of these games, you sort of develop a tolerance, yes, and also an anticipation of when a scripted scare will occur. This, like I said before, it knows that you know when those things will happen, and it keeps that in mind in its scripting. At times I almost felt like the story was starting to reveal a little bit too much information, putting it in too human terms. But it was still wonderfully ambiguous by the end of it. I mean, we never even did see that horribly distorted face that some have claimed that this creator had. And actually, we never did learn just what it was we saw in the woods all those years ago. And think about this from our family's perspective. We had talked about seeing this door in the basement, and then one day, after arguing about not wanting to go down there, they sent us down to pick up some boxes. We brought up 3 of them, and then never came up from the 4th. No way we could have gone. Family right outside the door. Just vanished. Imagine what would be going through their heads. I wonder if maybe they'd start looking for the door themselves. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.